You will find my name. I'm gonna have to zoom in. There it is. My name in the fine print of a legendary magazine like this. What is so good about print is that I can always look back and I will remember when I worked at this place and always hold a special place in my heart. This is legendary. This is iconic. Number one, before you can do anything in this industry, you need to make a list of those in fashion that you really are inspired by, people you want to work with. The reason this list is so important is because you want to have a point of reference, and you can kind of curate the list to be high and low. Everybody, you don't have to reach out to Donatella Versace herself, babe. Like, you're not going to be DMing Anna Wintour and expecting her to respond. So you want to make that list a little more micro, a little more niche. A lot of people, from what I find, are coming into fashion and it's just something they like because they like talking about it on TikTok. Follow my TikTok where I do sometimes talk about fashion. You need to figure out those people that you're actually inspired by and that you would actually want to work with. So you can use this list as a point of reference. And if you don't have people to put on this list, if there's no one you can think of that you want to work with in fashion, that's a problem. You need to start thinking about that. Come with some type of working knowledge about the industry, and making this list is really important, especially if you're starting from scratch. You're gonna take some time and do a little research and figure out who are the girls that you like, and that's on you. Then you're going to contact people on that list. Really easy, right? So here's the thing. Don't be afraid to contact people, because the worst thing they can say is no, or they'll never see it. But that's the worst thing. I can be your girl. I can come in. I can help you. I can be your elite employee. And this will work to build your experience and your network in fashion, which is everything. You don't have to go to fashion school to work in this industry, but the reason people do go to fashion school is because the fashion schools, especially in New York, it allows you to build out a network. So going to fashion school could be a great option if you're starting from absolute zero, but you can also get that same experience by reaching out to people and just asking them, hey, do you need an assistant? Do you need extra hands on set? I really am inspired by your work and I would love to work with you. I would love to connect with you in any way that you need. I initially started like emailing the two people on my list. They both got back to me. One of them happened to be Gabriel Held Vintage. Guys, follow Gabriel. His page is iconic. I have literally seen all of the girls come in and out of his studio, and I've had the pleasure of working with him literally for the last, 2-something years, maybe 3. And we still connect on a freelance basis, and he's now like a friend, a mentor. So that's just one example that I reached out to Gabriel. All I did was email him. He said, come by. We connected, and then I was working with him. And within, a couple months, I've had experience working on set with him, working with magazines, working on editorial photo shoots. You guys, I have measured JT's waist, and it is my claim to fame right now. It is something I'm putting kind of high up there in the things I've done. You want to reach out to these people. Don't be afraid, because everyone in this industry always needs the extra help. The industry is not lucrative, baby. I don't care what someone told you. The girls are making their money in fashion through other ways, through other partnerships, through branding and their marketing abilities. Because at the end of the day, as fun it is to work on an editorial photo shoot, a lot of the times it will be unpaid. When you first reach out to somebody, if you want to work with them, it is more likely it's gonna be unpaid. So you're gonna have to get comfortable with perhaps doing some unpaid work or some low paying work in the beginning. It may be for a while. I've learned this. It's not an industry that you're in it for the money. And sometimes you do wonder, why am I in this industry? Why am I still drawn to it? Because it's crazy. You'll have some gigs that hit, and you'll have some gigs you just did it for the experience. You just did it for, the connections, the networking. So you have to keep that in mind. If you're coming into fashion wanting to, make $1 million, anything is possible. I won't say no. I won't say anything is not possible. But even the girls at the top, y'all, even the girls you think that would be paying top dollar or are getting top dollar, you'd be surprised. It's just a fickle industry. And a lot of the times, if you want to do something, especially editorial, or you have a passion project you're doing out of love, unless you have a funder, unless you have an investor, unless you have those other streams of income, it's just simply not going to be lucrative. But that doesn't mean you should. This is the fourth thing. Do your own stuff. Do your own shoots. In the meantime, while you're reaching out to these other brands, while you're reaching out to, your favorite stylists and you're waiting to get that email back, or in the meantime of you waiting, do your own shoots. You guys will be very surprised to know how far those, crafty DIY moments when it's just like you and maybe your close friends or like some peers where you're on the same level and you're kind of just starting out. Do your shoot, do it the best you can, save those pictures. You're gonna start making a portfolio from that, okay? Everybody has started from somewhere. Even the people that are so legendary, whatever, they were once doing those DIY shoots. And even these days, I find like the tides have kind of turned to where even a DIY shoot and those people that are a little more underground and a little more niche or whatever, those are the people getting booked just as much as these, mainstream starlets. So don't focus too much on like numbers and like status, because true creativity speaks for itself. And when people like something, they just like it. When they get in those rooms, it'll be so easy because they're already coming with that creativity. You start to create your own experience. In my downtime, before I got to work at this magazine, I was freelancing. I was connecting with photographers, my friends that model, and we're connecting with each other and networking with each other. And it starts from there of just like, hey, let's do something together. Or if you see somebody like, hey, I need a stylist, for something me and my bro doing, just do it, because you're starting from scratch. So you need all the experience you can get. It's an experience-based industry. And then when you're seeing the end result of that shoot, number 5 is you're gonna put it on your website or your social media. I think having a website is just like, you need a website. It's nice for people to be able to click and see, hey, what has this person done? Or like, what are they doing? Or, and if you put together an entire shoot by yourself, guess what? You're a creative producer. If you styled it by yourself, no matter if it's just you and your friends, if the pictures are really great, you don't know who will see it or how far that will go. You just don't know. And then once you start working and building these strong connections, people want to work with you again. And a lot of this industry is word of mouth. My very first styling shoot was featured in Nylon Japan. And this was like my first freelance styling shoot that I literally just got because my friend was creative producing it. A friend of a friend who we ended up being friends was creative producing it. And he just thought of me because he was like, oh, Am's a stylist, da 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 da. So to wrap it up, you have made your list, you made your inspo list, you made your inspo list. So important. You're reaching out to the people on your inspo list and just applying in general and keeping your ears and eyes open. You're remembering that you're not in it for the money. If you love this industry, it's really creative, it's really fun, but don't go into it thinking sometimes the reward is truly like the creative reward. So just, you're not really thinking about the money initially. You're doing it because you love it. Or you're doing your own stuff, you're doing your own thing and being proud of your own work and putting yourself out there, because that is your book. All the work you do is your book, is your creative book, you know? Whether it's big or small, take every opportunity like it is big. It doesn't matter. If it's just you and your friends, if you always do quality work, you'll take that to the actual big opportunities. And I've seen it happen overnight. People who have started off, you know, small and local, it takes one big break and then now your work is everywhere, or you're booked and busy, period. And the last one is putting everything on that website. A website is really important. It can be super simple, but I think it's such a quick way for people to see your work. But if you want to even just start it out with an Instagram, a separate Instagram, or even your own Instagram, I'm telling you, if you guys stay consistent with that for at least 6 months to a year of this formula, you will be working in this industry. You really will. It happened to me, and I also still have a styling like Instagram too, like a creative Instagram, which is Barbie, same as my YouTube. I literally went from like coming into New York wanting to work in fashion to now 3 years later, I feel like I'm on the other side of it. And I kind of feel like, you know, I'm just looking to reimagine my career in fashion now, or what I'll do with it, because I feel I have accomplished some things I really have wanted to do. So if you guys have any questions, I definitely want all of the girlies to, I'm putting this out there because I want you guys to have the opportunities, especially as I feel like I'm not transitioning out of fashion, but maybe I'll share that on part 2, what's going on with me. But I hope you guys use this video as a point of reference. You can absolutely work in fashion. You don't need to go to school. I did not go to school for fashion and ended up working my dream job in fashion. So grateful. So yeah, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you all for coming and watching, and get started so you can start working in fashion and doing what you love to do. Okay, well, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. I promise. I will see you all soon.